Hey guys, it's Hope K. What's up? Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are having a good week. So, I've got a weird video for you guys today that might be triggering. Not even might, it's going to trigger someone. This is crazy. This is crazy. I can't believe in 2024 we're still going through stuff like this, but there you have it. Anyway, I'll jump straight into the video and then we'll come back and discuss some of the issues presented here. Please, as always, remember to like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your family and friends, and let's get the discussion popping in the comment section.
How long have you been together?
3 years.
3 years.
3 years. Has he proposed to you yet?
No.
No, not yet. It's coming. It's coming.
You guys live together now?
Yes.
A year and a half. Yeah.
So why would he put a ring on it then if he's already getting everything?
That's a good question. He's getting a wifey. Okay, you got it.
What?
Why would you put a ring on it if we already live together? If I'm already doing wifey shit.
I genuinely love you.
Oh. So when you plan on proposing, you starting something.
Why do I need a ring to show you my love and dedication to you when I do that on a daily basis?
A ring is making it official.
Yeah, there's no such thing as official. You love each other. It's just like
A ring is making it official.
everybody got their own opinion. So it's just like she's a female, so a female gonna have their own opinion anyway.
You're single until married, in my opinion.
That term don't mean to me at all. I'm being all the way authentic with you. I'm being authentic with you. I'm being 100 with you. That term you just said don't mean shit.
Do you have any expectations for how much the ring should cost?
No, she don't care about like
I'm
nothing.
not materialistic in prices. So.
She's really more so a thoughtful girl. Like it's a thought.
$1,500 ring would be just fine with you.
No.
Don't say no. Don't show up. Don't say no. Because when did anybody ever propose to you?
Nobody proposed to me yet.
Exactly. So why would a $1,500 ring mean anything?
Got a good question.
Exactly.
But that's what I expect.
No, that's what you expect, and it's because you're too picky.
Okay. Guess I'm too picky then.
Yes, I know you're too picky.
Seems like you guys love each other very much.
Yeah, I love this girl so much. Like we've been through like
a ring doesn't matter. A ring doesn't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter. It matters in a certain aspect, but it symbolizes like, it's materialistic.
Is a relationship between a man and a woman equal or 50-50?
All right, now let me talk.
After you talked enough, I feel it should be equal, but it's not. I feel it's men give more. No, sorry, women give more than men.
Like in what ways?
Is more emotional, caring, loving, support. We give more of that than men. Not saying him per se, but we do give more than that of that than men.
Does he pay for the dates when you go out, or do you?
Yes, he pays.
All the time?
We split it up sometimes, but most of the time he pays.
Okay. So couldn't we just say that he's given more monetarily wise, financially?
Yes.
Okay. That's not even.
Well, I give more loving and caring. He give me more financial.
So he doesn't give you the same amount of love?
Yes, he does.
So how can a woman tend to give more?
Yeah, I like that question.
Well, he asked a very important question, if you ask me. 3 years and no ring, that's questionable. Plus, you live together for over 1 year, so what's the wait? But this is what I usually tell women. Don't do wifely duties at girlfriend prices. But still, I'm the bad person because your couples nowadays keep moving in together. But those things don't end well. Most of them, at least I know that. I will tell you something. This video went very fast from it's coming to why do you need a ring? And that man has a very correct perceptive about it. Why do you need a ring when he already has everything he wants? You're in his house, you're cooking, you're sleeping with him, you're cleaning the house, you're doing all the chores. So why does he need to put a ring on it? He's already getting it free priced. That is it. So he won't see the essence of giving you the ring. This is why I usually insist. If you're a woman in a relationship and you're happy, good. Stay in your house. Only shift when he's your husband, not your boyfriend, not even your fiancé. He won't put a ring on it as long as you're already giving it to him for free. Most men at least don't, and I know that. But if you want to take the risk, feel free like this lady.
What bothers me about this isn't even like the money, right? It's just the way that men talk to women. the difference between the 35K ring guy and the 1500 ring guy was the way that they were talking to their women and about their women. I would be fine with a $200 ring. I would be fine with a $500 ring. It's not about the money. It's the fact that, like, it seemed very controlling when she said no, like, you know, basically she wanted a more expensive ring, which is fine. That's her opinion and that's her preference. I don't feel like she was saying, like, oh, you have to spend this amount or I'm going to leave you. But maybe he just interpreted it as that. But it's also like, how are you going to tell her don't say no? It's her opinion. Why are you speaking over her? Why are you telling her whether she can say yes or no to something? Because I can have a preference and say, I prefer to spend this much, and my partner disagree with me, but it doesn't mean that I would like him less just because I idealistically would want a more expensive item or to spend more on something. Because a lot of couples are like that, where when it comes to finances, they don't necessarily agree on how much things should spend. Like, even me, like, for my wedding, me and my husband didn't agree about how much we should spend. But it didn't mean that I loved him less or he loved me less because we didn't see the amount spent in the same way. It's just our preferences. I like to spend a certain amount and he liked to spend less of a certain amount. The 35K ring guy, like, I feel like even if she had gotten a cheaper ring or whatever it was, I think his girl still would have loved him and appreciated whatever amount he spent on a ring because of the gesture, because of the way that he says, like, she's going to be the mother of my children, she's my partner. Like, it's just like, it's not about the money. It's about the way that, like, you present yourself to someone. Like, you don't have to necessarily be materialistic or spend all this money on a ring, but I appreciate, like, small gestures. Like, even if somebody got me a cheap ring, but then they were still, you know, spending money on other types of things or other things in our relationship, I appreciate it even if it's small. And, like, this whole conversation in the interview being like, well, what do you bring to the table to deserve that amount? I don't have to bring anything to the table. We are the table. You are a couple. You guys are a duo. Like, you know, in the Quran, it talks about how, like, spouses were garments for each other. Like, we protect each other and we love each other. So it does not matter when you love someone. The amount doesn't matter. But the disrespect matters when you talk to someone and say, no, well, you've never been proposed to, you don't deserve 1,500. She deserves millions. It doesn't mean that she needs to get $1 million ring or $1 million in money, but her value and her deserving that, you can say as a man, I can't afford that, but if I were to ever be able to come into this money, I would shower you with that because that's how deep my love is for you.
I think what's sad about this video is that you can visibly see the light and excitement leave her body. If you notice in the video when she's asked if she has any expectations, her low-quality boyfriend jumps in before she even gets a chance to say anything and says, no, she doesn't have any expectations on the cost of a ring. You know, she's not a materialistic girl. You know, she's a respectable girl. And I think it's very interesting that he used that language because he's basically insinuating that if she wanted more, if she expected more from him, then all of a sudden she was being difficult or she was being picky, I think was the word that he used, and that she was too high maintenance or too much. You're praised for being respectable and thoughtful when you're accepting the bare minimum, but you don't realize that having boundaries and expectations for yourself and for others can actually make your life a lot more peaceful. Men like this will insinuate that if you want more for yourself, that somehow you're going to be damaging your character. But in actuality, when you set those boundaries and you have standards, you actually end up improving the quality of your character because you're with someone who cherishes you and treats you with so much respect. And when you're with someone who wants your peace and happiness and is willing to invest in you, you start to see the value within yourself, which can invoke more peace and happiness within yourself, and then you end up giving that to others instead of animosity and resentment. And when she stated that she actually wouldn't accept the $1,500 ring, he basically cuts in. He's like, well, when has a man ever proposed to you? And what he's basically trying to do here is weaponize the fact that she may not have had any options in the past, and so she shouldn't be expecting anything more from him because he's basically giving her the best that she's ever gotten. And this is his tactic. I've given you more than you ever had and you probably ever will have, even though deep down he knows that's not the truth. The truth is that he's actually really afraid that she'll one day wake up and realize that she's actually worth more, and he simply won't be able to fit into her life because bare minimum will no longer be acceptable to her. Men who can't afford you will try to convince you to cheapen yourself because they basically can't afford your needs. And I feel like for Black women, people are constantly trying to ingrain it in us that we shouldn't be expecting more from anyone else, especially our men. And if we do, we're called picky or high maintenance, and that's used in a negative light. And those terms are often weaponized against women who want more or better for themselves. I know she's looking back on these videos and these stitches, and hopefully this is the wake-up call that she needed to realize that she's actually been accepting less than what she deserves. And I know that it's difficult because she's already invested 3 years into him, and you start to debate if it's even worth it because you've already invested this time. But if she happens to end up seeing this video, I want to tell you that it absolutely is worth it to be able to leave, and you still have way more years, beautiful years ahead of you. And when you remove people who are low quality from your life, you're only making room for people who are ready to meet your standards and exceed them. Do what's uncomfortable now so that way you can be really comfortable later.
If she don't run from that man there, she gonna fuck up herself. Listen to me now. My thing is, why are people with these men? Like, what the frick was that? The fact that he can embarrass her publicly and say, no, don't do that, don't show off, is absolutely disgusting. If she said she was not okay with a $1,500 ring, she's not okay with it. See, I don't know if he's saying don't show off in the sense where, like, oh, you're always okay with me buying, like, minimal stuff, which that's probably really what it is. That's probably why he's saying don't show off. But it's just like, if she says she just want a $15 ring, especially in public, and you know, said that video that I gotta go on TikTok, why would you say that? It was even from the beginning of the clip when he was like, oh, when the interviewer was like, is there any expectation for a ring? And she's like, she's thinking. And he's like, no, it's a thought that counts for her. Oh, let me explain to you why he's a drunk girl. The fact that she said a $1,500 ring is not okay with her, and he proceeds to say, when has anybody ever proposed to her? And she never had no clap back for him. I would have cussed him stink till tomorrow. I would have cussed him stink, because who asked if anybody proposed to me? I would have said, the reason I don't want a $1,500 ring is because the ring of my dreams, the ring women want, will never cost you $1,500. Like, the ring that I want is a 2-carat diamond ring that is 15 to 20K. That's a clap that she should have had. So then she proceeds to say, well, that's what I want. He's like, well, you're too damn picky. If that was me, I would have said, no, it's not that I'm picky, it's what I want. But you can tell that he runs that relationship. Like, you can tell they've definitely had conversations about, like, money. And she's probably complained about him not buying certain things. And he's definitely said, well, you're too picky because it should be the thought that counts. You can tell. That's why he's like, don't act fake now, pretty much. We've already had conversations like this as to why you don't get expensive things. She needs to leave that relationship. She idiots because she doesn't even have no clapback. She doesn't even have no chat theme. And before I finish this video, the cherry on top was the fact that she says, you know, but we love each other very much. Like, we love each other. And you know, a ring doesn't matter. Price of a ring doesn't matter. I don't know who she's trying to prove to. I don't know if she text somebody, man, and she want to prove that them happy, but no one says she not happy. I just know, because ain't no way all of that happened on camera that you know say I gonna go on TikTok and you just stood there and said no clapbacks when that man dogged you in front of the whole world. Spitting up my mouth now in front of the whole world. Yeah, idiot.
I want to preface my comments by saying I'm in my early 20s. I've never been in a relationship, so I might be unfamiliar with the dynamics, right? But sweetheart, leave. Like, and I mean run fast. Like, it's one thing to disagree with prices of wedding or engagement rings with your partner, but to say don't do too much on that 1500 you've never been proposed to before on a public platform that could possibly be seen by hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, is crazy. Like, how do you stay together after that? Like, I'm genuinely curious. How do you say something like that, then go home and sleep in the same bed and act like nothing happened? Like, I don't usually play this card because I'm usually on the other side of the argument, but ladies, know your worth. And this is like stark contrast to the dude who spent like $35,000 on the ring. And I know a lot of y'all bucked up about that. Like, yeah, he's a real man. I'm never going to settle for less. If he wanted to, he would. Let's be real. $35,000. Like, that seems like an outlier. Like, a lot of you probably fall in the range of like $7,500 to like $15K. I've never actually looked at ring prices, but I would assume a lot of you fall into that range, which is not bad. But for your partner to say definitively with gumption, with this whole chest of that, essentially you're not worth a $1,500 engagement or wedding ring, how do you stay with that man? Like, I don't even want to say what I'm thinking of saying because I'm not usually on this side, and it don't sound right, but ladies, you gotta stop dealing with these dusties. Goddamn.
First off, the sister is absolutely beautiful. So it kind of broke my heart a little bit to see him openly disrespect her by referring to her as female. Second off, waiting 3 years for a Negro like that to propose to you when you're looking like her is absolutely criminal. That brother know he is getting over. And he knows that if he were to ever, break up with her and send her back off into the dating world, she'd be taken off the market and married within 12 to 18 months. That's why I say give these dudes a time limit of 12 to 18 months. And if he hasn't made a move within that time, you got to charge him to the game and move on. This is why so many men get upset with me when I say if a man hasn't proposed in 12 to 18 months, leave him, because they want to run game and use you like this man is using her. Second off, ladies, I don't care if you're traditional or modern. Stop moving in with these men if they don't put a ring on it. The host of this is asked a great question. Why would he marry you and put a ring on it when you're giving him everything for free? As the old saying goes, why purchase the cow when you can get the milk for free? As raggedy as he is and as beautiful as she is, I don't know why he would think like this. However, he does not view that woman as his wife. If he saw her as his wife, he would not want to lose her, especially if all she was requiring was for him to put a ring on it and make an honest woman out of her. A man who will not marry you is a man who does not like you or respect you, because he doesn't even have the decency to cover you under a union. That's the whole purpose of a marriage. If something were to happen to him today and he was in the hospital and a decision needed to be made, she couldn't make it. And y'all know she up in there splitting them bills. So this woman has given this man her time, her money, her heart, and her body. And this dude had the audacity to look at her and say, well, when the time is right, it's right. And that term, I'm single until married, it don't mean ish. It's the audacity of these niggas for me. She should have gotten home and packed up that apartment and left the next day, because that was embarrassing. That a man views you so little. Not only does he call you female in front of the whole world, he tells you that all that stuff you talking don't mean nothing and it ain't gonna make me jump. That's essentially what he was saying. So these dudes out here really not playing fair. They know they getting over, and they know that they don't qualify for a lot of you women. So as I always say, y'all govern yourselves accordingly and move around. Move around.
Ooh, I am hot. These dudes are really out here right now trying to get us to lower our expectations. So this is a quote from Steve Harvey's book. I'm here to tell you, ladies, that the term gold digger is one of the traps we men set to keep you off our money trail. We created the term for you so that we can have all of our money and still get everything we want from you without asking for or expecting this very basic instinctual responsibility that men all over the world are obligated to assume and embrace. It is a get over term, one that has a very legitimate premise. But basically what he's saying is, he's talking about men are supposed to be providers, and men will move mountains for the woman they love. Like, their money, they go to make money to provide and spoil you and give you the best life possible that they can. Why is this important? Because this guy literally is saying he cannot afford this woman he's with. Look at her, look at him. He looks like a fucking bum off the street. Like, and then in this book, it talks about how men are defined by 3 things: by who he is, what he does for a living, and how much money he makes. Let me tell you something. One night when I was at a bar this summer, I randomly met a couple, and I just happened to compliment the wife's wedding ring or whatnot. And the husband was so excited. He was like, I worked so hard to get her the nicest, biggest diamond possible because it is a reflection of me as a man. It is a reflection to other men How well kept is she? Does she have a good man that loves her and adores her? So do not settle for some cheap ass engagement ring because he's like, this is what I could afford. My love should be more special to you. Bull. Because you can't write love on checks or bills or college tuitions, baby.
Run. Run. Girl, run. You don't even gotta pack all your shit. Run. Just get the fuck out of there. For a man to say, oh, I genuinely love you, you know, whatever, and then it be followed by, why do I have to buy a ring? What? I don't know why people don't understand that when you put your time, your energy, your blood, your sweat, your tears, the good part, okay, not the cheating, not the him making babies on you, not him beating you up and you staying, not that part. The good, genuine love. When you put that into a relationship for years at a time, do you really think I'm gonna be with you for 10, 15 years and I don't have no title? I don't have no type of solidarity. I don't have no type of ownership. Not even ownership. A place in your life, really. Because if something happened to that person, your spouse, and you're not legally married, you don't have no say-so. So now they gotta call his raggedy ass mama or his ain't shit ass daddy or people that barely know him instead of calling the one person that knows him tooth and nail. Hell no. Hell no. And then y'all be so upset when the funeral come and then y'all listed on the obituary as the low friend. How you mad? Y'all didn't want to have labels, right? That whole Chrissy and Jim Jones situation, I could never. When I be like, I could never. There is no way I'm about to spend 4 to 5, 6 years of my life with somebody and we're just still at the same stagnant level. Hell no. Somebody know if they want to marry you within 2 to 3 years. It shouldn't take you 10. The fact that she waited around so long for Jim Jones to marry her and now she don't even want to get married to him, that's a problem. She could have been done settle down with somebody else, been done retire, wouldn't have to work a day in her life, okay? Had genuine love that she don't have to fight for or beg somebody to marry her, especially on fucking national TV. Come on now. Hell no. Hell no. That's a red flag in itself. Call it what you want. Yeah, we all still young, but smart is smart. Okay? Don't waste your years with somebody if you know in your heart to heart they're not gonna marry you. Because what one man won't do, another man will. Okay? Or be by your damn self. Ain't nothing wrong with that either.
Black men just love proving everyone right about them. Because in a video that I made a few days ago, I said for that $30,000 ring that the guy bought his fiance, I said, I pray that all black men have this energy towards all black women from here on out. And the black men in my comments were just, you know. But now look at this video of the way this black man was so quick to jump ahead and to dim this black woman's light and to try to humble her and put her in her place. And he tried to, like, just evade the question of when is he going to propose to her after they've been together for 3 years. He does not see her value even after 3 years. He does not see a reason to marry her. He does not see a reason to make an honest woman out of her, to, like, officially be only about her for the rest of his life. Black women always have to be thoughtful and reasonable and, you know, non-materialistic, and we have to settle for the bare minimum. Meanwhile, women of other races can enjoy $35,000 rings, 3 carat on their finger, a whole paid trip to Florence, Italy. Women of other races get to expect more. Black women, you get what you're given and you better be happy. And if you dare want more, they'll find even more reasons to destroy you, destroy your joy, your happiness, to put you in your place, to remind you that nobody wanted you in the first place. So why are you trying to make me work extra for it? They don't see it as them doing what needs to be done. They don't see it as them loving you the way you deserve to be loved. They see it as them doing extra work. They see it as black women are asking for too much. Black women want too much. Black women are too demanding. We have such high standards. That's why no one wants us. That's why all this extra stuff, right? All this extra stuff. They suddenly know that a woman is worthy of being loved. A woman is worthy of flowers, of, like, beautiful gifts and all this stuff when they're in relationships with women of other races. As soon as they're in a relationship with a black woman, the standards just drop to the pits of hell. to the pits of hell a $1,500 ring. She couldn't say, oh no, I just wanted something a little bit more precious than a $1,500 ring without him humbling her. Wow.
Not gonna lie, I feel so bad for that woman. I really, 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 really feel bad for her because I can actually relate to some degree with this because I once upon a time dated a man. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because of the trauma. Okay, all right, calm down. Right. I once dated a man who literally put the fear of God in me. And please, guys, I beg of you, bear with me because this stuff is really hard to talk about. And like most people, I laugh and giggle when things are uncomfortable or when they are painful. So if I keep giggling, don't get triggered and think I think this is a funny issue. It's not a funny issue, not even a little bit, but it's a coping mechanism. And plus, it's my story. So if I laugh, I laugh because someone went off on me one time because I was laughing. Like, relax, okay? Let me laugh. Right. I used to date this guy who put the fear of God in me, and I kind of started shrinking. Not even kind of, I did. I started shrinking as a person, and I could easily have become this woman. The way she's looking at him, watching for cues, trying to see if he's going to get triggered about something, trying to see if what she's saying is starting to upset him so that she knows not to go there. Like, I can see it because I've been there. I cannot stand the sound of a motorbike till this day. Every time I hear the sound of a motorbike vroom vrooming, minding their own business, my heart literally skips several beats. And I have to remember that I'm out of that relationship and that I'm safe now. But it still happens from time to time. Like, this man had a very, I don't even want to call it traditional because I think it's skewed, but lack of a better word, traditional view of relationships. And that is that the man is above the woman. And that's cool, depending on where you come from and what you believe. But that doesn't mean that the woman is less than. If you are head of a household, it doesn't mean that everybody else doesn't matter or you're just so much better than everyone else and your status is just up there and everyone else is a doormat. Absolutely not. It just means that you're taking the leadership role. When things happen, you are the person who people go to and you make not even the final say, so to speak, because you still have to talk to your woman about it. But I think some men think that they are lord over women, and that's not the case. Man literally came in with the I'll talk. I clenched myself. Like, I literally stopped moving or breathing because I was genuinely scared for this woman. Not that he's going to do anything right now. He's on camera, he's in front of people. But when they get home, I wonder what happened when they got home because this is crazy. I can imagine him throwing a hissy fit and she just shrinks and keeps shrinking because, you know, he's aggressive and she's afraid of what he's going to do. So all of her responses come from like a place of a battered wife, and it's very hard to watch. I think that the size of your ring or the cost of your ring is important, but not that important at the same time. It all depends. It's all situational. Like, if your man makes 20K a year, I don't know if you should expect a $50,000 ring. It's not going to happen. Be realistic about it. It's not going to happen. But at the same time, just because you earn 20K doesn't mean the ring has to be $100. Like, you can save up because at the end of the day, the ring is a symbol for something, and it is a symbol of your commitment to this woman, as well as your love and your affection for said woman. So you might not think that a ring matters that much, but it kind of does. It really, really does. And if your woman is telling you that the ring matters to her, then it matters to you too. I'm not understanding. What's the issue? If your woman doesn't care about it and you care about it and you go all out, kudos. If your woman doesn't care about it, you don't care about it, then don't care about it. That's fine. But if one of your partners say that they care about something, and this is anything, because recently I also saw a video of this woman destroying her boyfriend or husband's video set, whatever they're called. What are those things called? Video games, those things there. And I don't agree with it. Like, don't do it. You know it matters to your man. Don't destroy it. Is it useless to you? Yeah, absolutely. Do I care about it? No, not even a little bit. But don't go destroying it. So I say that again to say, if it matters to your partner, then it should matter to you. Don't downplay the situation or try to gaslight people. That's very unfair. And in that relationship that I was talking about, I was so fearful even when we were in public with other people. I would always think, oh, he's going to kick off. He's going to lose his mind about something. Even with his family members, he would lose his mind. I don't know how many times I've seen him losing it. And guys, there's a lot of reasons why I stayed. Unfortunately, the important ones I can't tell you about because, people watch my channel and those people are going to see this and it's going to cause problems for me. So listen, I'm not going to tell you what it was, but just know that eventually I woke up, I opened my eyes and I said, absolutely not. I can't do this for the rest of my life. But it's very hard for some people to kind of leave those relationships and stuff. Sometimes it's because of your own self-worth and what you think about it. And this is why I really promote therapy. Before, during, and after any relationship, you need to get yourself together because I can almost guarantee that this woman needs therapy. She needs to realize her self-worth because she doesn't see it and she doesn't get it. Because if she did, she wouldn't settle like this. She wouldn't compromise so much like this. And again, I'm not talking about the ring. That's fine. Like it could be $50. Don't care. Okay. It's not about the ring anymore. The issue here is how he speaks to her and what their relationship looks like in this very short minutes that we watched this clip. And the thing is, I know I said he was aggressive before, and maybe some of you might be confused because he didn't raise his voice, he didn't shout, he didn't do anything untoward, so to speak. But these people are well trained. They have trained themselves over years to be cool, calm, and collected, or seemingly cool, calm, and collected, but they are not. They've got deep-seated anger just brewing within them. So you need to be careful and just, guys, please normalize leaving at the first red flag. This is a red flag. She changed her mind at the very end, and I don't think she changed her mind because she actually is convinced, but because she's scared. And there's a lot of laughing, just like I told you before, like I giggle and laugh when things are uncomfortable or when I'm feeling pain or I'm scared about something. I will laugh. And I feel like that's exactly what she's doing. And I hope she has seen these stitches and these videos and that she's made other decisions and stuff. Like, I'm not saying they should just break up and that's it, right? Yeah, no, I do think they should break up. But they can stay together. But something needs to change because this is just not okay. And the interviewer, I guess he's trying to make it an equal battlefield or playing ground or something by talking about the stuff that he does. But she said that she pays for things as well sometimes. And that whole thing also sounded like she was just trying to protect her man. And this is something I've noticed about the video, is that she is doing everything in her power to maintain her man's status, whether it's the fact that, oh, look at me, my woman respects me, my woman comes correct with me, my woman speaks to me properly and stuff, or that my woman actually listens to me and whatnot and follows my lead. But she's maintaining that and protecting that for him. But what is he doing for her? Absolutely nothing. He just dogged her out. He threw her under the bus. He said crazy things to make her look weird and just I don't get it. I don't understand. Why don't men have the same energy when it comes to how their woman looks in public, whether they're there or they're not? It just doesn't seem to matter to them. Like, they just move mad, and I don't get it. I remember being in that relationship, and we were in a taxi this one time going home, and my man was mad at me as usual. He's always mad about something all the time. And at this point in time, actually, I remember why he was mad. He was mad because I had gone to his aunt's house and I had the house key and he didn't have a spare key. And so he had told me that he was going to work late and he wouldn't be home at the usual time. So I figured I could stay at his aunt's house a little bit longer. And I told him to tell me when his meeting was finished so that I can make it home before him and, do dinner and just get ready for him to come home. He agreed to it. Now, I don't know whether it was because his battery died or he forgot. I don't know, whatever the situation was, but he got home and I wasn't there and he was livid. And so I guess he remembered I was at his aunt's house. So he came to his aunt's to pick me up and he threw a hissy fit. Everybody knew about it. His aunts, his cousins, the neighbors, everyone heard him just going off on me and popping off and stuff. And I didn't even say anything to him. We got in the taxi. I said goodbye to everybody nicely, got in the taxi, and he continued to go in on me and stuff. And I told him that I need him to stop because he's embarrassing me. And if he continues to embarrass me, then I am going to speak up and I will cuss him out right back. And he's going to look silly in front of his little man friend, the taxi driver. And he doesn't want that. And you know what? This man actually shut his mouth. He actually kept quiet. And that's crazy. You shouldn't have to keep quiet. Why are you quiet now? Because there's another man who is going to see you in a different light, depending on how this conversation goes. Why are you not quiet? Because you care and love me so much, you don't want to disrespect me. It doesn't make sense. Like, what is it with you guys? Like, I don't get it. What is it with men? Anyway, I didn't want this to get very ranty, but as usual, everyone in the stitch has said everything that I feel already anyway, so I don't feel the need to repeat it. So I'm going to end the video here. What do you guys think about this? Are we overthinking this? Are we reaching? Is this a good man and we're just reading so many things into it? Have you been in such a relationship? Did you get out? What happened? And if you are a man who watches this and you are actually okay in the frontal lobe, let us know. Explain this to us because it's not making sense. This should have really been about the ring, but it's gone way beyond the ring because there's a big issue with disrespect and men trying to humble women. Men are always seemingly going out of their way to humble women, and I don't get it. Anyway, as always, remember to like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your people, and get the comment section popping. As always, I love hearing you guys' remarks. You guys are funny and thoughtful, and I learn a lot from you guys. So always, 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 please leave these comments. And until next time, stay safe out there. It's crazy. Cheerio.
Got it. You got it.